That's Seton Lake at the bottom. That's a viewpoint in this area. Signs about grizzly bears. I'm recording a bit from Highway 99. Just left Lillooet. That's another side road, like a Forest Service road. I've been on that one, but I could not drive too far, only a couple of kilometers because of the snow. Not this time of the year. It was in the spring another year, a few years ago. It takes you into somewhere deep in the mountains. Look at so much debris. That's nothing. I came last night around 9 o'clock and I could see this stuff. Now I see it during the day, and it's impressive how much work the crews had to put in here to clear the road. There is a waterfall that's all frozen. It says Lillooet guaranteed rugged. I know. Look at these walls. I don't want to drive too fast because I don't know what's around the corner here. I saw this car on the right, on the side of the road with the broken windows. Let's see what's going on here. Nobody's behind, so I can slow down and see. Okay, it's all smashed up. Looks like oh, it's a Suzuki. Yeah, someone used it as a off-road toy. I had Suzuki before, a smaller version of this car. Really resilient. One of the Suzukis I had was not the Vitara, the one before. It was a Sidekick, and I drove with no coolant on the heater, on the what's called the heat exchanger, the radiator. Yes, on the radiator, no coolant. It was steaming and losing coolant and all that. I tried different methods to patch it up, and nothing lasted. I tried all sorts of chemicals from Canadian Tire and this general purpose stores, and nothing was able to hold the heat, the chemical and the pressure. So at some point I said, you know what, yeah, that engine has to go. Need to force myself to get another car, and the engine did not quit, and it was going and going and going, and I was impressed about the design and the toughness. Look at these things here. Of course, it was all over the road. You see the stuff on the road. That's after the cleanup, including trees. People drive fast at night, and they don't think that a rock or a boulder can be unexpectedly found, or like a hit in the middle of the road like that. No many people drive at night. I don't know why. Maybe because it's dangerous, maybe because most people follow the nature cycles and at night they sleep and they roam around at the daytime. I don't know. But I used to drive a lot at the night, and in the daytime I used to just explore. So I drove a lot, means like maybe 3-4 hours, like at 2-3 a.m. Sleep in the car while exploring. And now I don't do those anymore. And I've seen a bunch of different things on the highway, and good thing that my eyes are moving all the time. So like you see, I'm changing the cameras, I'm looking around and recording different areas. My eyes are moving even much faster and more in my head. The camera is just moved by hand, but my head is all over the place. And same thing driving at night. I never hit anything, and I saw objects that I was able to avoid. Of course, deers or those things, those are common. Nobody is behind, so it's all right to drive slow. See, here it was snow avalanche. It's just starting here. See how it covered the road. See, look at this thing. It's all from debris that came down with the snow. See, the road is full of little rocks. The road was closed for a while, not a long time ago, and at some point was the only access between the lower mainland of Vancouver and some other areas. I'm mentioning this one in case you're not from British Columbia. The terrain is here like a 60-70 degree. That's steep. And here they installed nets to hold the rocks. If you see on the left how the the dirt is coming down. When it's loaded with so much water, it cannot hold. Creek at the bottom here. Why someone would install I don't think there's anyone flying here. Okay, ice. Half an hour ago, I went to Saturn Lake, and at the beach, or next to the dam, there was a thermometer, and it showed only zero, just above zero, above freezing. You see the fog is going around the mountain. See the effect? Service, the maintenance company patrolling the highway. Steep winding road, do not stop. Yes, I don't plan to. That's the frost on the trees, because of the creek beside it. when you drive under a mountain or at the bottom of a mountain and you see these signs, do not stop, avalanche area, and you wonder why it's avalanche area. I see lots of trees, I see that it's kind of a wall. You see the terrain and you wonder, where is the avalanche, where it's coming from? But if you are curious why they posted these signs, even you don't see any old avalanche, like some places it's obvious, you see a huge pile of boulders and rocks and trees and debris and like old stuff for 20 years or 30 years, and new forest is growing on top, so you know that's kind of an avalanche area. But in other places you don't see anything. You go to Google Earth or a satellite view and look at that particular location from the top, and you will see the terrain. You will see how the valleys are laid out. A huge creek. How the snow or even the torrents accumulate the material between the two peaks in a valley or anything like that. From the road viewpoint you can't see much, but when you zoom out, like a used satellite view, it gives you a totally different picture and it makes sense. See, this is just a little rock slide and snow slide. It's no big deal, but some places the material comes from two sides of the mountains, like from two adjacent mountains, and all come into a valley. Yeah, I'm saying that because it's very tempting to stop. Even it says do not stop. Here is end of avalanche area. It's tempting to ignore the signs, especially in this type of season when it's high avalanche risk. This winter we had one death here in this area. One of the snow avalanches, I don't know, maybe it was a rock slide, I'm not quite sure, but it was on this highway, caught someone stranded in a car. Could be from the November, I completely forgot. Maybe it was the November event. Was a rock slide. I can see like a big boulders in the forest all over the place, and probably cover the highway at some point. Cottonwood campground. If you notice that there were not many cars while I was recording this one, possible 10 cars since 20 minutes ago, 22 minutes ago. It's Sunday morning, I think it's around 11 o'clock. Highway 1 is closed. They still deal with multiple avalanches on the Fraser Valley Canyon, or Fraser Canyon I would say. Highway 5 is open only to heavy traffic, to the big commercial trucks that carry goods, and only Highway 3 is open to regular traffic, and this highway. But if you want to go around, drive around these mountains, you have these two options. Someone I know drove to Revelstoke, which if you take Highway 1, it takes about, for me it takes about 8 to 9 hours. I don't push it. Some people do it in 7 hours. And Google gives you that estimate about 7 hours and a half or something based on the average traffic or the probably faster drive. I don't know, but I don't rely on the times. I take them as a guesstimate, and I add, for long trip I add maybe 1 or 2 hours. For shorter trip I add another 20 minutes. I would say like another 10%, 20% on, for me. I don't drive fast, and they went to Revelstoke, and because they took Highway 3, it took them 20 hours to get to Revelstoke. So you go through Okanagan, then go up north, back to Kamloops, and whatever stretches of roads, or maybe they encountered a couple of places where they had to wait. So 20-hour trip to Revelstoke from Vancouver. That's something, but it's better than riding a horse, if you think that way. And the same person posted on her Facebook that she went flying in India, but not flying in an airplane, flying in a paraglider. And she had to ride 2 or 3 days, I forgot, in the mountains with a mule, something like those weird guided tours with the Sherpas or something. I don't know, it's like those people going to Himalayas. Very similar. She went with a group to fly in Himalayas, and to get to their flying site, some sort of a mountain village, she had to take a couple of days trip. Look at the terrain here. Now, such people who know different type of adventures and have seen different places, and they have a broader view of life, and they don't really complain. I have someone behind me is not really pushing me to drive faster, but I love to take my time, so at the first opportunity I'll pull aside and let that person to go faster. Let me see, can I do it here on the right? Another little canyon, this creek, Boulder Creek on the left. Let's see, can I pull here? Yes, I can, and I'll let this person go. Look at the old rock slides here. Possible everything is old, I'm not sure, but it's something massive. All over the place. And the frost on the trees. In case you are first time on this channel, I have to mention that I don't edit my videos. I don't make fancy videos. I rarely add music. God Creek Campground. And if I look online, let's say I want to learn stuff, I don't really look at the so-called professional videos, the ones that have a crew behind, people who hire experts or people who know stuff in different fields, like some people edit, some people do sound, some people do some effects or something. Those people are in this business of videography or documentaries and stuff, and they get paid. I don't. And if I want to learn something from the internet, generally I look at people like me who post videos and share their experiences, like real people experiences, no modified, no fancy, nothing, like they put the effort into sharing how they felt, like a kind of a hobby type of people. And of course lots of false information is being spread around by lots of these people, especially when I want to read something about